90.3 WHPC wants you to take steps towards a cure and join the walk to defeat ALS at one of 3 New York and New Jersey locations this fall.
The walk is a fun family day in the park with music and entertainment.
Proceeds fund ALS research and local patient services.
To register, call 1-800-672-8857 or go to alswalks.org. That's alswalks.org.
A message from the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
90.3 WHPC wants you to know that as early as elementary school, students who miss just 2 days of school per month are likely to fall behind in reading, writing, and math.
And just 2 absences per month make students less likely to graduate from high school, even if the absences are excused.
Attending school every day increases a child's chances of success in school and in life. Learn more at absencesaddup.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Education, Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, the Ad Council, and the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
The voice of Nassau Community College.
I love this station.
90.3 WHPC. WHPC HD Garden City.
Available on the iHeartRadio app.
I got every reason on earth to be mad, 'cause I just lost the only girl I had. If I could get my way, I'd get myself locked up today.
And Giant fans are crying today. Welcome to the Columbus Day edition of From the Press Box. I am your co-host, Rob Leonard. Joining me, of course, is award-winning sports writer and my brother, Tim Leonard.
How you
Tim,
doing?
welcome aboard.
How you doing again?
How we doing there? I don't even know where to start. I mean, the Yankees win is a very important thing, but there's a couple of things that I'd like to get off my chest before the show starts, brother. And the reason,
don't let me stand in your way.
Well, and normally, as you know, I've been trying to stay away from politics on the show, but last week or 2 weeks ago, our president was confusing things with the kneeling with the NFL.
Our president is a confused man.
He is, and so a lot of people who were supporting him, even though they were misled by our president, said, well, I don't want politics involved with my sports. I watch sports to get away from politics.
They sounded just like that, too.
And they did. And so what did we see yesterday in Indianapolis at the Lucas Oil Field Stadium, or whatever it's called?
Oh, are you referring to the political stunt?
Yes, that our vice president, to show his manliness also, he flew from Las Vegas to Indianapolis. The Secret Service told the press van that follows the vice president, oh, don't worry, it's not going to be for the full game.
Yeah, they told the press to stay in the press van because Vice President Pence wouldn't be inside very long.
Right, so he knew he was leaving.
Of course he knew.
He knew he was leaving. So
he knew what he was there for.
Right.
And it was basically a cheap stunt.
So he does, the proud American thing, which I'm not sure if he is, but if he is, he is.
Maybe.
In
his own warped way.
So he then says, I'm not going to stand here while our country, our soldiers are insulted, which is not what the kneeling's all about at all.
Why would we expect the president or vice president to be informed?
Well, what also got me is that they didn't mention the Constitution, which the Constitution allows.
Yeah, there are several
freedom of speech protests.
There are several veterans, soldiers, military, whatever phrase you want to use to describe our fighting men and women, who are very much on Colin Kaepernick's side because the people who were protesting, who were taking a knee during the national anthem, the soldiers are fighting for their First Amendment rights to do just that.
Part of what they fight for.
So I don't understand why there's so much acrimony over a silent protest, a silent, harmless protest.
I agree.
Meanwhile, white supremacists were back in Charlottesville last night, and Pence wouldn't comment on them.
Well, he's not going to.
Are you kidding?
But what bothered me the most is that it was a purpose political stunt to go to Indianapolis, and then he goes to a fundraiser for Dana Rohrabacher, who's a representative out in California.
That was in Los Angeles, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right.
The surfing representative is that he's like to be called, because they like to think that he's kind of a hippie because he surfs, but he's just a
weenie.
So anyway, so he flew back and forth this way, wasted God knows how many million. Well, we don't know if it's millions yet. But
the estimate on how much this cost taxpayers was $250,000,
and we don't even know if that's the right amount. So I was just bothered by the fact that last week people were saying, "Well, I don't like politics injected into my sports," and then a purposely done thing to continue this thing that basically is don't look at the man behind the curtain.
It's the big distraction.
It's the big distraction. So
don't look at how much
Toto
the administration is trying to cut women's health. How much they're willing to, how much they're cutting. They're trying to destroy any semblance of anything that the poor get in this country.
But we're talking about sports here, and now people who supported our president about this now can be convicted of who they are, because now it's being injected by the people they said weren't injecting it into sports.
Yeah, the people who are yelling the loudest about, take the politics out of my sports. Well, you voted for the guy who keeps putting it back, keeps putting politics back into sports.
I want to know how many people 2 weeks ago said, "Well, I'm not watching football anymore. Watched the games last week."
Of course they did. Of course they did. It's all
I know.
lip
it's
service.
all crap. So I was very upset by that, and then, of course, the Giants losing, and I don't want to start there. Let's start off with the Yankees, brother, because
let's go with the good news.
The Yankees actually played a very good game last night. Aaron Judge helped save the day, though. You know what? He really didn't jump that high for that ball. He was like,
because he's 6'7" already.
I'm going to put my hand up and jump a little bit. So,
by the way, we have to give a shout out to a friend of the show, Zach Hampel,
who was on.
Because if you saw the replay of Aaron Judge's catch there, you would have seen a guy. In fact, he's in the picture in the post. You would see a guy in the stands in a bright yellow T-shirt. That's our boy Hampel,
right? Who we've had on the show a couple of times.
Who I will say, by the way, he's taken a lot of heat on social media. He was not in any way interfering with the play.
They actually had a side shot over with the fence and Aaron Judge, and you can see him next to it waiting.
But his glove is behind that wall, and that wall is a good 2 feet thick. So, he was not doing a Jeffrey Mayer there.
No, and Jeffrey helped the Yankees win, so Yankees love him for that. If they'd helped him lose,
that's true. Jeffrey Mayer should have a job with the Yankees, but I don't think he does.
No, but if he's not like Steve Bartman. Who got
Bartman was vilified because he helped the Cubs lose. Jeffrey Mayer helped the Yankees win. That's why he's a folk hero.
That's right. I always thought Steve Bartman, his main problem was he was listening to the game on headphones, and if he was paying attention to the headphones, which he's listening to, it's about 3 seconds behind.
Well, but no, he was watching the game.
I know, but he looked
just listening with his eyes
lost.
closed.
Yeah, I don't know. He just.
That was part of the problem was his appearance, and that's why people and plus he prevented Moises Alou from catching the ball. That's what most people were mad about.
Yeah.
So
the Yankees won last night, 1-0 over the Indians. I have to say, it was a pretty damn good game. It's
a fine game.
It's all you can ask. 1-0 game in the playoffs is really what you want, really.
I mentioned, and you'll enjoy this, brother. I mentioned to a couple of friends of mine on Facebook last night while I was watching the game, and I was as usual getting the stream of text messages and tweets from my man Clyde. Who I used to work with up in Troy and now lives in Ohio outside of Cleveland, and of course Croach, my idiot Boston friend, who made another what I've now taken to calling the Croachy idiot prediction, or the CIP. He claimed that the Indians were going to beat the Yankees 9-2 last night. I mentioned to him after the game the Indians didn't even get 9 hits, much less 9 runs. But both of these guys, I said,
when's Croachy calling it?
Never. I told him not to. I told him we wouldn't take his call.
I will take his call. Croach, if you're listening, call in.
But what I said early in the game, like around the 3rd or 4th inning, I'm like, you know what? This is starting to look like extra innings started in 2nd inning. Because you had a feeling the way both pitchers, Carrasco was outstanding, Tanaka was outstanding, and then both of these teams have lockdown bullpens. But you had the feeling that whoever scored first was going to win this game. And when Terry Francona brought in Andrew Miller, I know myself as a Yankees fan, I didn't think the Yankees were going to score. And then Greg Bird, I don't know where the swing came from, but oof, that was just a thunderbolt.
Well,
that was I'm going to use the word, that was Judgian.
I will say this: the way Fox Sports shot it, I thought it was going into the upper deck. I mean,
I thought it was too.
Really,
it was a bomb. It was a
bomb.
legit. But the metrics, the metrics to measure home runs, they had it at 396 feet. That's not a bomb, but I mean, look at where it landed. Look at what it was.
Let's put it this way:
bomb.
I stood up 30 seconds before that hit to go to the kitchen to get something.
It's a mistake.
Well, hold on. Let me explain how loud Yankee Stadium was, and as much as I'm a Met fan, Yankee Stadium when it gets loud, it's pretty impressive. I heard the clack of the bat, and first of all I knew right then, but then the crowd just literally flipped out from the. They didn't even wait.
They don't. The Yankee fans know. That's why. It's a smart fan base.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're their king leader, right?
I am.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. What happened? Remember the Aaron Boone game?
What about it?
Remember when he hit the ball?
Yes.
We were in the bar?
We were in the bar.
What did I say as soon as he hit the ball?
It's a home run.
It's out of here.
Yes, you did.
As soon as he hit it.
You didn't just say that.
So, come on, let's not go there.
I'm just saying. Okay. So anyway, so it was a very good game. My only complaint I can say is that it took me about 2 minutes to find it because I first went to Fox, but it wasn't on Fox Sport. It wasn't on regular Fox. It was on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of the games are.
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah, that's
in the old days that was a Fox game. It wasn't. Well, it was Joe Buck and Joe Buck playing football probably that day.
Well, but that's one issue that I'm having with the games because the other day for Game 2, I didn't even know Game 2 was a 5 o'clock start. First of all. And I don't know if it's just me and I need to look really seek stuff out on the internet because I mean it used to be just grab a paper and like a couple of pages. I guess that's what channel the game is on tonight. Yep. Now I don't even know. I don't know if they should run a crawl on like Fox Network.
They should
or do something.
They should.
They say if you want to watch the Yankee game, it's on here. But I was going through several hundred channels. I'm like, where is the game?
Yeah, I'd seen the previous game, and that was on Fox 1, so I said, okay, it's got to be on that then. But then I thought it was on ESPN. It wasn't. Then I thought it was on ESPN 2. It's funny.
TBS? Or
yeah,
what?
TBS. There's too many people with the rights, and I understand why, because they pay through their nose and out their butts for them. But it's nice. In the old days, you knew what channel everything was on. You shouldn't have to go hunting for it.
Exactly, and that was a little disturbing. But
Fox Sports 1 is such a bad channel. I mean, it's just it's auto racing and I don't know, a couple of bad talk shows.
Well, there was a moment in the post game that was hysterical to me because now the post game is even crazier than it was last year. A-Rod is still there.
Right.
Frank Thomas is still there. They have been joined.
The Nugenics boy. You ever see his commercial? The Nugenics?
No, I don't want to go there.
No. He was so bad at it, they shot it literally line by line for him.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
So.
But they have been joined by everybody's favorite curmudgeon, Keith Hernandez.
Yeah.
And
should be in the Hall of Fame.
Nobody's favorite player, David Ortiz.
Big Papi.
So at one point, I don't even know the context of the conversation because I wasn't really paying attention. But all of a sudden, they go in and they do a close-up, and A-Rod has his 2009 World Series ring, which is a beautiful ring, by the way.
Of course.
Just beautiful ring. And gleaming, diamonds and everything. He's got it on his pinky. And all of a sudden, he puts it right next to Big Papi. He says, Big Papi, kiss the ring, Big Papi. And I was laughing. It was hysterical.
Well, I'm sure Big Papi's going to bring out his 2 rings.
Well, I don't know. He's probably got them at home, and I don't think he's close to home right now.
Well, he's probably having them shipped.
He's probably going to get them FedExed or something. I don't know if I'd trust those to FedEx.
If you want to show up Alex Rodriguez, who only has 1 ring, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
you know
these things happen.
Keith has
But-
one ring too.
Yeah, Hernandez said he was going to get his ring shipped. So, but who knows? Who knows if he'll stay awake that late?
Maybe Rusty has it.
But it was just a very funny moment. I'm a little disappointed.